Hey, this is Atle Schekkeland, president of the Digital Value Institute, a CXO think tank to fast-track the digital learning curve. I'm joined today by Dion Hinchcliffe, I would say one of the smartest guys I know in the IT industry, and I think that's been validated also by a lot of third parties, naming him one of the top 20 mentioned people resources within IT environments. And I have three questions for you, Dion. First, everybody's talking about digital transformation, but what stories are you being told about the need for digital transformation?
Well, and we don't always call it that. I mean, a lot of organizations are focusing on something very specific. They wanted to digitally improve their customer experience, let's say, or they want to be able to have much better insights and analytics. So they're going to kind of quantify and digitize their business. But yeah, the term is now officially used, and we see a lot of interesting stories coming out from some digital leaders. You know, the data says that most digital transformation efforts are underperforming. That's par for the course for IT in general, though. But some leaders are overperforming. You know, organizations like Nordstrom in the United States is a particularly well-known example because of the steps that they took and the results that they've had. A 50% growth in profit over 5 years, which is, leads the market. And there's a great Harvard Business Review case study on what they did, which is getting their data story in order. Saying that don't keep the data trapped in the silos of your organization. Don't have provincial owners of that data. So this is mine. But everything in the service of the customer to make it easy to create great experiences, and then that will take care of itself. So you have to have social, and you got to have mobile applications, and to have all those things and all the next things. But to do that, you need to have a strong foundation. So Nordstrom has been commended for building that very strong foundation, which they took 5 years to build. Now you can do it in 18 months, probably, with the latest technologies. But that's what many organizations aren't necessarily doing, and it's great to see some case examples of that. Burberry and Nike and Disney, these are all great brands that have very strong transformation stories. Like Nike has a digital division now that oversees across all their different product lines and ensures that it's part of an integrated program of change, lightly coordinated, not overly controlled, that really distributes that change. So I like what they're doing as well.
Thank you. And since you mentioned getting the foundations in place, it seems like a lot of organizations are struggling. They're struggling moving from digital experimentation to transformation. Are there other barriers or success factors you would mention?
Yeah, well, I think that most people will be familiar with the challenge is not necessarily introducing the tech. We can roll that out fairly easily and ever more easily, right? The consumerization of software acquisition and device acquisition, very, very easy now. It's changing the people to match, to have the skills and the inclination and the mindset to make this happen. And so we see that it's culture change, it's acquiring talent, it's then focusing on the problems at hand, and it's also having this long-term investment mindset. It hasn't been lost on people that organizations like Amazon, where Jeff Bezos famously ignored short-term returns, to say, if you want to claim this new space in digital, you have to invest everything you have and reinvest until you win. So all of those are organizational change issues, people change issues. The technology is critical and an enabler, and it allows new possibilities, but you can't change the tech without also changing the people. And the issue is you can't change isn't something you do to people, it's something you do with them, and that takes time.
And last question, do you have any tips on how to fast track the digital learning curve? You're looking for, especially if you're looking for quick wins to demonstrate the value?
Yeah, I have some very cogent advice, and this has come from working with dozens of organizations, looking at many case studies of digital transformation. I think one of the big lessons that we've learned that we really have to take to heart the last few years is we don't have to take everyone on this journey. And the challenge is that often there has been blockers for people who aren't ready or don't have an inclination, and we wait to try and to convert them and have them get the religion. And we don't need to do that. We learned that it's much better to find the change agents in the organization really inspired and motivated to take the organization into the future in their corner of it, and enlist them and give them the tools and the support and the guardrails and everything else that's needed to succeed. And so we can kind of skip past the blockers, not in a negative way, they're just not ready to do it in most cases. and go to the people who are ready inside the organization and do that and have them build out that new future. We have to go much faster than we have in the past. I did a CIO survey where last year was 94% of them said they're under strong or very strong pressure to move faster. And to do that is you have to go way outside the technology organization, pull in the people eager for change and eager to drive that transformation and help them succeed. And if you build that network, it can happen much faster. And I'm collecting case studies and stories on this, and you'll see them coming out in the next year or so.
Thank you very much. Really appreciate your input and your feedback on this based on your experience. Thank you.